Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. Today we're going to be playing Altar Tron. This is another test league for our PTQ coming up. And what I've done today is instead of playing my looting package like this, with the looting and the disputes, I decided to go over here and just play 4 disputes, 2 bargains, and 2 teachings. So basically, I cut the lootings for the teachings. And what I did there was I decided that we have effectively 10 draw spells. So if I have the lootings, they each draw 2 and discard 2 cards, but they have flashbacks, so they can do it twice. And then, so if I had 2 lootings here, then I would have 6 draw 2s, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I decided, okay, well, I really want to have the instance package with Ancient Grudge and Serene Heart, potentially Scattershot in the sideboard. So I would rather have teachings in the main deck. One thing you could potentially do is maybe split these and go up to like 12 effective draw 2s or 13. But I think I want access to at least 1 teachings in the main deck. So here I'm just going to be testing and seeing if all instance and with these teachings is going to make the most sense for us. So the other thing is that in this deck, because we're playing Bogles, we can keep recycling our deadly disputes, and then with that we can like keep teachingsing for them as well, which is nice. So I'm just trying to make as much draw power as possible and then move through the deck that way. Then nothing else has really changed. I decided to go to the full 4 Golem Foundries, and because I'm trying to fit all this in, I'm going to be going back to 17 lands. The 17 lands can be touch and go, so if you're worried about your mulligans, I would definitely play 18 lands with an additional grotto here. And over here, I think, yeah, that's about it. And then in sideboard, like I said, we're playing 1 Serene Heart. Bogles has been up and up, so I want to be able to try to get rid of their stuff. So post board, we're going to be bringing in a lot of life gain, some Serene Hearts, and try to close the game with the Marauders. We're also bringing in Ancient Grudge. I found there's a lot of white-based decks with lots of relics and dust to dust, and I'm just trying to get rid of the relics with the Ancient Grudges. I'm also having this just 1 Stream of Thought here in the sideboard. This is for me against Weather the Storm decks and potentially Fog decks. Like, they're pretty much the same thing. But if you're playing in paper, you don't need this Stream of Thought, so you could maybe play another Krark, play another Scattershot. It's going to be up to you, but this is not a card that you need in paper since you can make infinite damage with makeshift munitions. Don't forget to check out the Patreon, patreon.com/calicais. I'll be putting up a new sideboard guide out while this video releases for Altar Tron and for Familiars. And then don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know what you thought about the package. There's a lot of tweaking to this deck. It never really feels completely solved, so it's going to be interesting, and I'll see you in the league. Thank you. Okay, round 1. We're on the play. We have Tron mana, so I'm going to keep it. No, we don't have Tron mana. We have Power Plant Mine, Deadly Dispute. Guess I'm going to keep it anyway. We have the Weather the Storm, which is nice. I'm going to lead on the Mine, play the Bauble, then see what happens. If they, we could also play the Polluted Mire first. I don't really want to play that. We can Deadly Dispute the Bauble though, so something to think about. I don't normally Deadly Dispute Baubles. Okay, our opponent mulligans to 5, which indicates maybe Bogles, where the Weather the Storm would be good. Or they could be on some sort of Tron deck. Alright, they mulled to 5. We're going to lead on mine and pass. I don't know why I'm passing here. I should have played the bubble. I just woke up. Well, our opponent's turn. They have no lands. Okay, so their mulligan didn't go very well. Okay, we find a polluted chromatic star, so now I can play bauble, star, and maybe I should have just let on the star mine. Yeah. Okay, so retroactively, Because I didn't play the Polluted Mire first, I drew the star. I should have played the star and the mine so I could deadly dispute the star. There's the Bogle. It's pretty funny that they kept a no-lander. Do I want to play that out right now? No. Play that so that we can deadly dispute, and then we can bobble back the deadly dispute. Okay, our opponent plays another land. Kind of indicates to me that they had the lands in hand. They play Rancor. Now they're going to swing in for 3. I'll go to 17. So in game 1 against this deck, we kind of are hoping that they don't have an Armadillo Cloak early. Commune with Spirits. So they're going to look at the top 4 cards of their library and grab an enchantment or a land. Kind of wonder if they're going to grab like a Utopia Sprawl or Abundant Growth or a Plains. They find a second Rancor. Alright. So let's Deadly Dispute to start off. Try to find a tower. Find a Grotto. And a Mirror Retriever. So we can bobble the Deadly Dispute. And now I think we probably just play out the Mirror Retriever. If we find a tower right away, we can play out the tower. But yeah, we didn't. So let's Grotto and Scry. Maybe could have done that first. So we don't need that right now. Golem Foundry. We're going to play out the Mirror Retriever. And just pass. Mirror Retriever can get back a Chromatic Star. And we can play Chromatic Star and Deadly Dispute it once again. Play the Golem Foundry. We're going to have 6 mana on board next turn. And if they just play the Rancor, we can block and kill their Bogle. There's the Plains. I don't know what happened to them on their first turn then. Okay, they play Rancor. We're getting to the point where an Ancestral Mask or like an Ethereal Armor would really hose us. And they are going to just sacrifice their creature, which is not what I expected. But I'll take it. So now they need another creature. We'll just take the star because of the synergy with the Deadly Dispute and the Reckoner's Bargains here. They gotta have another creature then, unless they just made a horrible, terrible mistake. Alright, they ended up playing a Ledgewalker. I guess I'd play the Foundry. No, it doesn't really help me very much to play the Foundry. Let's play out Chromatic Star, and then Deadly Dispute it. Since I can't block with the Foundry, it's not that useful, I guess, here. Power Plant. So we can Teachings now for crop rotation. Also not the greatest. We can play out Chromatic Star and Bargain on their turn. Or we can just play Star, Crack for green, and Weather the Storm here to gain 12 life. So we'll try gaining 12 life here. See if that'll help. We can actually Teachings for crop on our turn and then have some mana. And then hopefully they can't kill us in 2 turns, because after that we'll be able to chain off and weather once more. So they're going to hit me for 5 again with the double Rancor. They're playing the Rancor. Let's see if they have the Ethereal Armor. Looks like no. Okay, they cycle an Ash Barrens for a Forest. Seems like they had all kinds of lands. Plays another Bogle with the Glade Color Scout over here. And they get in for 5. So next turn they're going to get in for at least 6. Put us to at least 14. Ah, man. Okay, so we go blue. Teachings. The crop rotation. Green. Crop rotation this for a tower. Play the Power Plant. I guess now it's probably best to just lead on the Golem Foundries. If we get our loop, then we can use the Golem Foundries for a bunch of mana. But right now, not very good. Doesn't help me very much to have the random Golem Foundry. It is our mana producer, so for our combo, we're going to need it. And we're playing an Energy Refractor, and we are drawing a card. And we can Teachings for another Weather Storm after chaining a bit. So I'm passing, and they're untapping. They have 1 card in hand. Looks like nothing, which is great. 6. We're taking 6 and going to 14. So I can block this next turn. They just have another Bogle. Okay. Golem Foundry. Okay, finally resolves. Now I'll play the Frantic Salvage here, getting back my cards. That way I can get a few more counters, and then maybe sacrifice something again. I think I want to bobble back the Weather the Storm, then Mirror Retriever, Dispute the Bargain the Retriever. Maybe that's not worth it. Okay, put the Mirror Retriever down. I can always bobble back the Weather the Storm later. Usually I just lead on bobbling back the Frantic Salvage immediately. So we have to always yes here. Alright. Okay, the bobble's gonna hit the Frantic Salvage. We'll draw that. Chromatic Star, play the Chromatic Star. And then we can now Reckoner's Bargain. Or we can just sacrifice this for black since we have another Chromatic Star coming up. That draws a card. Yep, play the Chromatic Star. Alright. And now we can bargain the star. That doesn't gain us very much life. It just gains us 1 life and puts us to 15. But we do draw 2 more cards. And there's the Ashnod's Altar. So we have the loop now. Once we untap. So if they have an Ancestral Mask, are we dead? Don't think so. It would be +4 damage. So it would be 9 that we'd be taking. Alright, so we can now... Oh no, we don't have the full loop. We have Mirror Retriever plus Altar, but we can make a bunch of mana and teachings. So we probably have to make mana, teachings for teachings, teachings for weather. Okay, they're going to get in. Okay, we take 5, go to 10. They have another Bogle. Alright, we're going to make some creatures. Second creature. Third creature. And now we're just going to pass. Make sure it's easy for us to not use all of our time. Bobble. So let's play the Altar. Since I have extra baubles, let's just play the Mirror Retriever first. Let's sack the Retriever. Get back the bauble. I'm gonna probably put back all of the Deadly Disputes. So I have as much draw power as possible in my deck. So that when I teachings now... I can teachings for teachings, then I can teachings for Deadly Dispute, and then I can try to go off. Let's play another bauble here. Alright. That way I'll have as much draw as possible. Let's go ahead and grab let's grab the bargain. Crop rotation. So, let us mine, and then I'm gonna green, crop here for tower. So that's thinning and shuffling. Tower. Now teachings. So I need to go tap 7 mana. Black. Teachings here. For teachings. So I want to be able to teachings again. Blue. Teachings for dispute. Grab that Deadly Dispute here. Make some mana. Pop some creatures out. Sacrifice them for mana. And then let's see what we draw. Deadly Dispute on the star, so I can draw 3 cards. If I draw the Mirror Retriever, it's GG. We draw a land. Not the greatest. Draw a Wellspring, which is kind of nice. So we'll play the Wellspring. That gives us another Golem, so that's kind of mana neutral for us. Wellspring. Okay, draw a card. So we can draw 3 more cards off the Reckoner's Bargain here. Alright, sacrifice. Let's make a new Golem. Sacrifice that one. Black. Bargain the Wellspring. Another Golem Foundry. Expedition map. Alright, we have... We don't have that much mana. Sacrifice this. Play the Expedition map. It gives me another Golem to sacrifice. Sacrifice. Let's wait on that one though. Let's Deadly Dispute the Expedition map here. That's only 1 mana that it costs. And there's the Mirror Retriever. We finally found it. Okay, there's the Retriever. And we have the Infinite Loop. So now I'm going to pop out my graveyard. Make this a little bit easier on myself. Sacrifice this Mirror Retriever. Go ahead over here. Grab the Mirror Retriever. and then recast it. So our opponent is just okaying through everything. What I'm going to do is first attack, and then I will sacrifice this golem. I want to sacrifice the golem to get it off the battlefield so it's easier to loop, basically. Because the clicking around is kind of annoying. You take 3. And then once I sacrifice it, I can sacrifice this treasure too, place other golem foundry, and then I have tons and tons and tons of mana. Okay. Sacrifice this, and this, play the golem foundry. So now we have infinite mana, and we can just go off here, Mirror Retriever, play the Retriever. We have to always yes over here on this one. So that means that every single cast of this Mirror Retriever is netting me 2 mana once I do 3 loops. So all I want to do here, I believe, is to make a bunch of golems, and then I'm going to get my Weather the Storm after drawing a bunch of cards. Probably go up to like 15 on each of them. So I'm just going to loop for a little bit and see how that goes. Our opponent's still stepping through everything, which is making it kind of annoying, so I'm just not going to make you guys watch that. Okay, now I'm at 15, 15, and 12. So I'll make some golems with this one. This will be my mana golem creator. Make another golem. Let's sacrifice these 2. Make a black. We can Reckoner's Bargain our Mirror Retriever and get back to Mirror Retriever. Draw some more cards and gain some more life. We go to 14. And we can play out Conjurer's Bauble. And now we have Makeshift Munitions and Wellspring. Let's just draw with the Wellspring. I think we're probably good to just kind of pass here and make the golems. I do want to get my Mirror Retriever. I do want to actually cast Weather the Storm this turn though. So let's just go ahead and keep looping a little bit. Bobble the Bobble back. Frantic Salvage. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's going to cost me 10 mana to Teachings for Weather the Storm here. Black, green, Teachings for Weather. Grab that Weather Storm. Cast Weather Storm. Let's alter a couple of times. Oops. I still want to have enough attacks to actually win the game. So I'm going to go up to like 1 more loop from everything. Okay, let me just cast a Mirror Retriever. Alright, that's fine. Cast Weather Storm and press F6. Now our opponent, I don't know, maybe they're not really used to the interface, but they're pressing OK to every single thing. So it's just, I mean, it's costing them a bunch of time because while we were looping, they're pressing OK. So if your opponent is going off, you just go ahead and right click, yield through this turn. And we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 golems that we can make, and we will be able to kill them. And I'm just going to go... I don't think they can play anything crazy, and they scoop the game. Okay. Cool beans. So, like I said, I want to beat Bogles here. Bringing in the Serene Heart for sure. Stream of Thought is an option if we think that they're going to be able to gain a million life. But I don't think they will be able to. So I'm going to cut the Makeshift Munitions for the Serene Heart. And then I want to bring in the Fingered Marauders. Or I could bring in just the Weather the Storms. Excuse me. I think I want the Fingered Marauders specifically because the life gain is so huge. And I actually want to trim some stuff. So maybe we don't need the extra mana. We can cut the Golem Foundries. All we want to do is just gain a billion life and then Serene Heart them and attack. So I could also potentially trim on a Wellspring because they are going to be super fast, and I need to cut some of the slower cards. Or I could trim a Refractor. I think Refractor is probably the cut here. I'll just have to focus on getting the Grotto out. Is that good enough? I probably need my colored sources. So maybe the extra draw spell is not what I want. Let's do that. Mine Tower, Deadly Dispute. Okay, so this is a decent hand. Not the fastest, but we have some draw power. We're going to keep it. So we get to go Mine, Star, turn 2 Refractor, turn 3 Deadly Dispute. Or we can turn 2 Deadly Dispute if it looks like things are scary and we have to find a Weather the Storm ASAP. But I want to try to maximize my ability to have turn 3 Tron. So we'll just go Mine into Star and then turn 2 Refractor if possible. Okay, they mold to 6 and play Forest and Slippery Bogle. Mine into Star. Opponent untaps. Plays a Forest. Okay, second hexproof guy. Hexproof creature. Gets in for 1. So we're not under a lot of pressure right now, which means we can likely just cast the Energy Refractor and not be scared. Find another Mine. Play out the Refractor. We're looking specifically for a power plant. Find a Wellspring. So I guess at that point, we just play out the Wellspring and see what we draw. If they have like an Ancestral Mask here, or I don't know, the Ancestral Mask doesn't do anything at the moment. They have 3 cards in hand. They do have the Mask. So I think I need to try to draw into Tron. Grotto. Let's go black. Deadly Dispute the Star. If I draw a Crop Rotation, I'll have Tron. There's the power plant. Okay, we do have Crop. Sadly, we will lose this tower. Grab a power plant. Play the Wellspring. Okay. Now we're looking for... I think we probably just go ahead and play the Mirror Retriever, Reckoner's Bargain, the Wellspring, and then try to block with the Mirror Retriever so that we can get back the Wellspring and then Deadly Dispute and stuff. We're going to get in for 6, so we're trying to draw into life gain. So let's lean on the bargain. Bargain this. Find a Wellspring. Find another tower, which is nice. Play the tower. Play the Wellspring. Serene Heart. Okay, play Star. Play Mirror Retriever. And pass. And then we're going to cast the Serene Heart on their attack. And then block their Bogle. So they'll only have 1 creature. Double Rancor. They will be able to double Rancor their creature, but we're only going to take 1 this turn. That's a big creature. Green. Okay. Cast the Serene Heart. Destroy all the auras. And then we're going to get back... It's got to be the Wellspring, I think. Lock here. Wellspring. Just in case you draw more ways to sacrifice it. Just... Okay. So we take no damage this turn. But they are going to have a 5/1. Rancor into Rancor. And we are going to bobble back the Serene Heart to start. Suppose actually playing out the Grotto here is a good idea. Grotto looking for life gain. Okay, bottom that. Play out the Bobble. We're going to bobble back the Serene Heart. Find an Altar, which doesn't help very much. Play a Wellspring. Okay, we have Altar into Retriever. I don't know if that helps very much, but we can do it. So if we draw into... Now if we draw into Weather the Storm, we have infinite life. I guess we just play the other Altar. I don't expect them to have multiple ways to blow up our stuff, so let's just play this out. Pass. Now if we draw into a Golem Foundry where we have infinite golems, Ethereal Armor is pretty bad. 8/4. Alright, well I'll just soak up a damage. Grab the other Retriever back. So we get to play the Grotto and look and see if we can find a good card on top. Find a Deadly Dispute, which is really good. Grotto. Okay, we can bottom that. Black. Deadly Dispute this Wellspring. We find the Weather Storm, so we have infinite life now. Okay, play the Bauble. We have to make sure we don't lose all of our mana on board. Bauble back the Deadly Dispute here. Okay, play this Retriever. Okay, we need to save 3 mana. Let's Deadly Dispute. Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. Alright, so if we draw into the Golem Foundry, then we'll have the infinite creatures too. Do not draw the Golem Foundry. So I guess I'm gonna make a bunch of Storm. Mirror Retriever for Mirror Retriever. Always yield. We're just gonna make a ton of Storm. I think I want to try to make like 100 life. Maybe more. So that's like, what, Storm 10 is 30 life. Maybe like Storm 30 something, 30 some odd. Let's put this in a better spot. Okay, 8. I'll come back at you at Storm 20. We're at 11 minutes and 40 seconds. It's Storm 9. Okay, Storm 18. Now Storm is going to be 19, and we're at 11:30, 11:03. So 10 Storm took us 40 seconds. Now I think what I want to do here is actually just play out map star and not sacrifice the star and just cast Weather the Storm, because that way I'm going to actually have more abilities to draw into my other cards by sacrificing the maps on my upkeep, and then I can draw with the star on the next turn. We have to be a little bit concerned about timing out here, so we can't loop forever. 26 Storm. Okay, 27, 28, 29, 30. Cast Weather the Storm. Pass. So now we have 96 life, or 99 life. It will take them a couple of really good draws to be able to start pressuring us. Just attacking for 9 every turn is not doing very much. So it's probably better for me to not block and then attack with the Mirror Retriever. Take them down 1 point of damage, 1 point of life. We're at 99. They have an 8/4. We're trying to fade an Armadillo Cloak. That just makes things really annoying and difficult for us. Oops. I want to make sure that I stop on my upkeep, and we will not block. Now, post-combat, what do they have? Another Bogle? Nothing. Okay, we're going to sacrifice this, grab the Polluted Mire, and then sacrifice, grab something else. Doesn't really matter. Draw. Turn off this. Play the tower. We'll play the map. Sacrifice the map again to thin. I'm going to sacrifice this for a black, just in case I draw into a Deadly Dispute. Draw a Fangren Marauder. Okay. I guess we just play the Marauder then. Green. That gives us another infinite life outlet. So we're pretty much set now. We just need to keep attacking. If the opponent is... I mean, what they could do is just not attack us and then make us find a win condition, which would cause some time issues. They find a Standard Bearer, which I don't know why they did that, but that's okay. I think they might just be new. Looks like they are going to not attack so that they can block the Fangren Marauder with the Bogle. But if we find our Serene Heart, we can just attack into them and then Serene Heart. We have 24 cards left in the deck. They are attacking, okay? No blocks, for sure. We can make as much life as we want every turn with this loop here. Crop rotation. I don't want that. I suppose we could crop one of these. Green. Let's crop this. Grab another Tron land. So we're almost out of lands completely. Cycle. Weather the Storm. Okay. Don't need that very much anymore. So we're swinging out. And then we can sacrifice the Mirror Retriever, play another Mirror Retriever, so that we can block the Standard Bearer or whatever. Get the Retriever. Then go always yes, always yield. Alright, here comes the Retriever to our hand, and we're just going to play it and press F6. Trying to save as much time as possible in case we have to do a Golem Foundry loop. Once again, we're just trying to fade the Armadillo Cloak. Ethereal Armor. Alright. So, are they going to attack? They've wisely decided not to attack. Makes sense. So now we have to wait and try to draw into some stuff. We can Frantic Salvage, white here. Frantic Salvage, getting back Bauble, Wellspring, Bauble, Wellspring, Mirror Retriever. Put the Retriever on the bottom. Okay. I'm gonna hit yield through this turn so this happens faster. We're going to Bauble back the Frantic Salvage. And then Bauble, getting back a Deadly Dispute. Play the Wellspring. Play the Wellspring. Play the Retriever. Sacrifice the Retriever. Get back the Bauble. Bauble, getting back a Deadly Dispute. Play Chromatic Star. Float some more mana just in case I pass. Play green. Okay, we find a Wellspring. There's the Golem Foundry. Turn off the yield to this turn part. Cast the Golem Foundry. Now we actually might save some time here if we just get rid of the Fangor Marauder triggers. Always yes, always yield. Let's see. But I probably want that attacker actually. So I'm not going to get rid of the Fangor Marauder. We could sacrifice it and then stop the triggers from happening. Save time. And then if they decline to attack, and even if they have the Armadillo Cloak and they decline to attack, then we can attack with everything and then sacrifice whatever blocker. They're at 13, so we need 5 3/3s to get through. They have 2 blockers, so that means we need 7 3/3s on the field. Or 6 plus the Fangor Marauder, which would be 21 loops here. So we're just going to try to loop to 21 and then just take a break. Trying to fade the Armadillo Cloak. Although if they have the Armadillo Cloak, we can block maybe? I don't know how much power that would be. It would be a 13, 14, 15, 16. 16, 12. Darn, I don't like the fact that we're against the clock here. We're gonna loop for a while. So what I'm doing, I have my hand on the keyboard. I have my finger on the OK button. And then as the creature's coming back to my hand, I'm spam clicking in that spot where it's going to go. And then I have my mouse always in the spot where it's going to be. And then as soon as the triggers resolve and I have priority back, I start tapping the OK just one time because you don't want to pass the whole turn. And then I go into the next thing. 5 minutes left on clock. Okay. Sack this. Go over here. Play it again. Retriever. Okay. Get back the Retriever. So we had now 7 golems. We're going to just keep going until we have 4 minutes left on the clock. So because I have the very precise locations that all of my triggers and stuff are in, this is allowing me to do this as fast as possible. So the only limitation to this is just the Magic Online interface. But once you get the feel for it, you can basically do it very quickly. And then you're only going to be limited by lag. So the lag continues to increase with all the triggers. There's just a memory leak on Magic Online with triggers, and especially life gain triggers, it seems. So these Fangor Marauders are causing me a huge memory leak. And that means that this is getting harder and harder to accomplish. We're at 29. So I'm just going to sacrifice and then do this one more time, play this, and I'm going to F6. No tax. Now we have 10 golems with 30 power, which means that if they have a 16 some odd Glade Cover Scout because they top deck the Armadillo Cloak, that's fine because we can put all of our creatures in front of it, block and kill it. No, it'll be more than that. Well, I will still stick the Fangor Marauder in front of it, and then there's the cloak. Okay. We'll put everything in front of it, and then it'll die. Are you going to attack? No attacks. Okay, so now this is very simple. We just put everything onto the battlefield, attack, sacrifice whatever creature gets blocked. So they gain 0 life. I'm glad that I did the extra loops there to make sure that I didn't have to go through this problem. They'll probably block the Fang Marauder if I'm guessing correctly, just because that has the most power. 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 minutes, plenty of minutes. Okay, untap. We have a bajillion life. Everything's working out according to plan. We're just going to swing, attack with everything. Easy game. Luckily, they didn't have the Armadillo Cloak that early. So now we have to be very careful that we don't yield. And they're just not going to block. They are going to block. Okay, once we get priority back, making sure not to press any OK. Take my hand way off the keyboard. Sacrifice this, so no life is gained. Press F, and then press OK. We're going to lose the mana, I don't care. And then you take 1,000,000. Alright, we got there. Eventually. Boom. Alright, we'll see you in round 2. Before we go to round 2, I want to show you how I look at my memory usage. You can see here that this memory is going up a lot. I've opened the task manager on the machine. So what I'm going to do is right click end task here. That'll kill Magic Online. I can just reopen it and then go into the next league. I always want to make sure that I minimize the amount of memory usage after having killed my machine just looping there because of the memory leak. So if you're in a big event, do this between rounds. All right, see you in the next round. See you in the next match. Whoops. We're here in match 2 versus Griffin MTG. And we're just waiting for them to choose whether or not to play first. But we will be on the draw most likely. Alright, so we're on the draw. They're playing first. We have land, map, Wellspring. I think I'm keeping. We can crack the map, then play the Retriever, get back to map. They're on red, unfortunately. So we do want to go map into crack the map, play the Retriever, get back to map. Best draw would be like... Okay, Deadly Dispute's pretty good. Alright, so... I think we play the Wellspring. We can Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. Maybe map later. Red-black burn. Maybe not even burn. What are they on? Is this the player that's playing like... What? Okay, so this is red-black burn stuff. So we're playing on our Wellspring for sure then. Another tower. So the thing is here, what I would like to do is Deadly Dispute and then Weather the Storm. Once they play a bunch of spells, they're just swinging out for 2. They're going to Lightning Bolt me, put me to 15, and now to 12. Darn, we're really close. Tower. Pass. We'll see what happens. Right now they're attacking for 3. Synthesizer. Okay. So we can gain 3 life off that. Bump in the Night. So it's red-black burn, sort of. Cast Bump in the Night. Oh, yeah. Just straight up burn spells. So we're going to gain life back from that. Kuldotha Rebirth. Okay. They sacrifice their bridge, so they can't cast any more spells. We're going to Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. We are taking 1,000,000,000,000 damage. On Golem Foundry Teachings. Green. Weather the Storm. So now we go to 21, but they are attacking for 10, which is bad. They only have 1 card in hand. They can't use their Synth. Find a power plant. So now we can map for mine, lay out the Mirror Retriever, and pass. So they play a Synth. Alright. They find a Lightning Bolt that they can't cast. That's the problem with this red-black mana base. No, they find the land. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not good. If we find Mirror Retriever, we can kill them, maybe. So if they attack and don't shoot the Mirror Retriever, I'm just blocking the Swift Spear and getting back to Wellspring. They bolt the Retriever, so just get back to Wellspring. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're gonna go to 5 here. Play land. Play Chromatic Star. Crack for blue. Try to draw into a colored source. Didn't. Bobble. Get back the Weather. Wellspring here. I don't know if I have enough mana. 5, 6, 7. Okay, we have enough mana exactly. Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. Okay. Now next turn we have the loop. Green. Cast Teachings. Grab the Weatherstorm. Cast Weatherstorm. Got him. So Teachings looks pretty good there. We're going to get rid of land. Land? And we have the Mirror Retriever in the yard, so we just go Golem Foundry, Altar, Retriever, loop a bunch, and then we can use our Expedition maps and our Wellsprings or whatever. It doesn't really matter. We are not dead, and they are now unable to kill us. Golem Foundry, play Altar. Always yes, always yield here. Okay. Play the Mirror Retriever. Play out. So we're just going to sacrifice the Retriever now. Make a million golems. Get back Retriever. All good. That's okay, yeah. Play the Retriever. So now we have a Golem. Let's go ahead and play the Wellspring to draw a card. Ooh, another Golem Foundry. Good thing I do that. Play the Golem Foundry. Sacrifice the Retriever for Retriever. A couple of times. Always yes on this one as well. And then I'm going to draw another card here. Actually, let's play out the map. Play out another map. Sacrifice a Golem. Sacrifice the map. Grab the Polluted Mire. I think we've already played a land. So we'll play another Golem. Sacrifice that one. Sacrifice the map again. Grab the Crystal Grotto for colored sources. So now we're going to make some mana by going Retriever for Retriever. Play Retriever. Alright. Make a Golem. Sacrifice that. Play the Wellspring. Let's just see, like, we want to draw as many cards as possible. Okay, now we have color sources. So let's draw another card. It's not necessarily useful to be doing this, but okay, Mirror Retriever for Mirror Retriever. If I can draw into another colored source, then I have Teachings for Weather as well. So I'm going to loop, make a bunch of mana here. And our opponent is nicely F6, so this is much faster as far as looping goes. Zoop. In the graveyard we have Star, Bauble, Wellspring. Actually, we do have Teachings for Weather because we can Frantic everything back, and then we can sacrifice the Retriever to get back the Chromatic Star. So we can use the Chromatic Star 2 times. So I'm just going to loop a bit. Oh, you know what I just realized? Oh no, I can. I can sacrifice the Mirror Retriever to get back the Chromatic Star. And then I can... Yeah, I think that'll work, right? Will I be able to draw enough cards? I think so. Chromatic Star can get me colored mana for Frantic Salvage. I just have to make a bunch of everything. I just want to make sure that there's no way for them to kill me. I'm at 14. I don't think there is. How could they win? I could draw like... Yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably better just to loop for a while and then present a bunch of golems and say go. That is probably our fastest win. So we're just going to loop until like 19 minutes. Try to save a bunch of time on the clock. What I could do here in paper is make a bunch of make infinite golems, Frantic Salvage. I mean, and then do that loop I was talking about to get the colored sources, and then cast Teachings and get a infinite life as well. And then our opponent would be dead. But here we have to choose the fastest path to victory. They have a bunch of creatures. Okay, one more. All right, one more loop. That's gonna be it. Pass. So now our opponent has to decide what to do. And I really don't think they're going to be able to win right now. Plus post board we have so much life gain, and this is going to be a little bit slower than regular Synth burn. They find an Evolving Wilds off of the Synthesizer, which is like their worst possible draw off that. This is just because it's a tap land. Okay, are you going to attack? They're going to swing out? No. Okay. So we're going to make 60 or 20 golems. Making more golems. We don't have 20, we have 19. Okay, fair enough. I'm at 18:20 on clock, so we've used almost 7 minutes. And it looks like Scattershot would be a good card to bring in post-board here. We're going to straight up attack. Hiya. No sense doing other things. They have 3, 6, 7, 8. They're sacrificing their Evolving Wilds so that they can block and kill my golems. Okay. What I can do is go my turn, heal until here, and then I don't have to worry about, like, if they do something weird during combat where they, like, decide to bolt my creature or whatever. Right now they're taking 34 damage. We get it. Sweet. Alright, that worked out nicely. So post board we want, I guess the Krarks are also good. We definitely want this Weather the Storms and Marauders. And usually against burn, I'm just going down to like the Marauders and a little bit of looping. And then cutting this. But I think I want to have access to Scattershot. Because it seems like they're going pretty wide. So I think I'm going to actually cut 1 Teachings for a Scattershot here. So this is reducing our draw power, but we don't need the Scattershot till late, we don't need the Frantic Salvage till late, and we don't need the Teachings for our Weathers because we're going to have 60 million of them. So let's just see how that goes. We have the loop as well in the deck, but not a priority. We have Power Plant into Map. So playing the map right now plays into Smash, if they have it. I think I'm just going to take the risk. They let on a tap land, and they have this. They don't have the Smash. That's what I needed. Okay, Cold Delta Rebirth's their land. So they're going to have a slower draw here. Land into grab the mine. Then we can go Golem Foundry, Bobble, Bobble, and hopefully we draw another artifact. We have a Golem. They have 4 power on the table. They Lightning Bolt us. So that's going to deal us 7 damage. We're going to go to 9 here. Yikes. We find a Weather the Storm. Play the Mine. Play Golem Foundry. Play Bobble and cycle it. If we draw into exactly a Chromatic Star, we can play Weather the Storm this turn. That's okay. Find an Energy Refractor. Let's just cast the Refractor, I guess. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Play the Conjurer's Bauble. And pass. We have the Weather the Storm for next turn. So if they have double bolt here, we're dead no matter what. Creature. They bolt the creature. Okay, do you have another bolt? We go to 4. They don't have it. Okay, 7. I'm trying to think what's the better way. So if we play the Marauder and sacrifice the Bauble, then we will have +5 life and go to 9 and a blocker. If we go map Weather, that's just +6 life. All right, let's do that. Let's go green, play the Marauder, Bauble the Bauble, gain 5 life. So we go to 9. Power Plant, lay out the map, and we're going to pass. We're at 9. They bump in the Night Us. So I'm priced into blocking the Swift Spear. Again, if they have a bolt, I'm dead. It keeps happening. They didn't have a bolt last turn, so they would have had to top deck it here. Did they get it? So if I had not played the Fangren Marauder, I would be dead here. So now I'm never going to die. Just Deadly Dispute the Wet Expedition map. We go to 8. We play Expedition map. Easy game. We just go crack the map. I think I'm going to get the Polluted Mire, but we've been... Alright. Yeah, we're strong versus slow burn. We're strong versus regular burn, but we're definitely strong versus burn with worse mana. Let's go to match 3. Okay, round 3, we're on the draw. We have a medium hand. I'm going to keep it, though. I have no idea what this first is on. I have no idea. Evolving Wilds? That could mean anything. Maybe Fae, maybe Familiars. Power Plant, Star. They sacrifice their Evolving Wilds. There's most likely a blue land. They find an island. They're gonna main phase, preordain. So it's looking less and less like Terror. It is Familiars. Golem Foundry is really good. So if we can get the Golem Foundry in play, it's gonna pressure them a ton. We just have to make infinite golems, but that should be easy, right? Post board versus this deck. Things that are good are Scattershot and now Spellbomb. Potentially the Krark Clan Shaman and the Stream of Thought, but I don't think I need the Stream of Thoughts. Just scatter them out and weather the storm, and then get everything out of the graveyard. Alright, find a tower, so let's just lay out the Golem Foundry while we can. If they tap out, I'm probably going to Teachings for a Deadly Dispute here. They're discarding the God Pharaoh's Faithful, no respect. Drifter Ephemerate, that's pretty nice. Okay. So I'm going to sacrifice for blue here. We find the mine. That's pretty good. Mystical Teachings. I'm going to grab the Deadly Dispute, play out a Wellspring, and then try to start pressuring them. Okay, we're drawing off the Wellspring. I'm going to go ahead and play the Bauble and pass. I think that's fine. So now our opponent gets to land the Ephemerate on their Muldrifter. They hit the Ephemerate, so they're going to go to 9 cards in hand, 10 cards in hand to start their turn. They draw with the Modern Age, and they're going to no, it just flips. My bad. Modern Age flips. They have 5 mana. Cast Preordain. So they're still looking for a familiar. They go bottom, bottom. Okay. They have 9 cards in hand. They have to do something. This would be a matchup where main deck Scattershot would be good. They're going to do nothing? Discards 2 cards. So they're going to hold up a counterspell maybe? Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is play this Mirror Retriever. They discard Mortuary Mire? Okay. I'm going to cycle the Bauble. See if I draw into a color source. I did not. Lay a land. Lay another Mirror Retriever. We can Deadly Dispute the Retriever for the Chromatic Star. Or we can simply try to Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. If we Deadly Dispute the Mirror Retriever, we could play the Chromatic Star and potentially get more golems on the battlefield. Let's dispute this Retriever, get back the Star. So if they allow the Deadly Dispute to resolve, we have the colored source. If they don't, then we get the Star, which is also a colored source. Okay, so now we have Ashnod's Altar. I'm going to play out the Chromatic Star. And then I think I'm going to Teachings on their end step for another Deadly Dispute. Now if they tap out, we have Infinite Golems. They play the Modern Age, so they cannot prohibit my Ashnod's Altar now. They would have to have a loose focus or a straight up counterspell. They discarded God Pharaoh's Faithful and play a land, so that means they can prohibit the Ashnod's Altar. They get in, sure. In this matchup, their attacks don't matter because of our Weather the Storm. They have barely a clock. Are you going to tap out, my friend? I guess not today. Blue, Teachings. This is what I like about Teachings, is we're very good against control. We're just making sure that we are doing stuff on their end step and making them make decisions. 2 mana. They snap my Golem. Okay. I'm going to Ephemerate the Muldrifter. We are going to get a Frantic Salvage. Yes. Now they can't win, right? So we just go Tower, play Ashnod's Altar. Can't counter it because I have the Frantic Salvage. Alright. Alter the Retriever for the Retriever. Get back Retriever. Now we're going to make Infinite Golems. And we win the game. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so post board. Don't need this. And we want the Scatter Shots. And we want the Spell Bombs. We can probably cut the crops. And I think the munitions is probably a risk. Not worth playing. So we just want to kill their board and spellbomb them a lot, and then try to win from hand. We can play like 1 Golem Foundry to stop them from doing stuff, but they are going to be playing a lot of Dust to Dusts. I don't expect Ancient Grudge to be good, or Serene Heart, obviously. Krark Clan Shaman is decent against for wiping their board. I think Scattershot's going to do the job better. And then we also have Stream of Thought potentially to mill them out, but I don't think I need that. Turning sort of into an eggs deck. Yeah. This is so close. If I had another land, this would be great, but I'm going to mulligan, I think. It stinks, but I have to. We have Power Plant, Tower, Spellbomb, Golden Foundry. I think I'm gonna put back the teachings. I'm gonna lead on the Polluted Mire. I'm gonna lead on the Power Plant into Chromatic Star. Alright, so they're sacrificing the Evolving Wilds for an island. Plays the Plains, probably familiar here. They're gonna revoke the star. Okay. Find a mine, so we can play out Spellbomb. We have all of our mana, but we don't have colored sources, so potentially have to play out this Polluted Mire. They grab an island, play out a Modern Age. So let's pass. Let's see if they discard a Deadly or Deep Analysis. They discard a Snap. Okay. I'm just gonna try to cycle into color source here. Find a map. Perfect. So I can play map and then sacrifice that for the grotto. So now I have the color source. And pass. Okay, draw a card. They discard Deep Analysis this turn. And are they going to flash it back right away? They are. That is what I would do. Trying to play around the Spellbomb. So they have no lands. Okay, we have an Expedition map. Let's go Golem Foundry. Map. And then we can sacrifice the map for another grotto. Play the grotto. See what we see. Deadly Dispute. I will keep that, I think. So now the question is, do I think they have Dust to Dust? I don't think they have Dust to Dust right now. They have a 2/3. Any lands? So right now we don't have a lot going on. They play the Familiar. Alright. Play Modern Age. And now they're going to discard. They're still looking for lands. So if we could get into a position where... Oh, they discard the Dust to Dust. Darn, they have a land here. So I'm worried about them having a counterspell. Play the Grotto, see what's on top. Scattershot, okay. I'm going to keep that. Pass the turn. So now they're drawing and discarding. I'm afraid that they're going to have a counter for my Deadly Dispute. That'll be sad. They play a Snap. They discard a Snap. 2 mana. They're casting Sage's Rodenizen. Okay. 2 mana. Evokes a Moldrifter. Okay, so are they going to mill me? Black. Oh my goodness. So I want to make black twice. Then I'm going to Deadly Dispute this Spellbomb. And I will pay. Draw. We draw another Spellbomb. We're going to mill 2. What do we mill? We mill Frantic Search Wellspring. So the question is, do I Scattershot and kill the Sagero or the Sunscape Familiar? And I think I want to kill the Sunscape Familiar here. I would have liked to kill both of these or their whole board, but that didn't work out. But we do have teachings for Scattershot on the next turn. They're going to get in for 2. Them milling me is not that scary, but it can be an issue. We can no longer teachings for anything here. Play the Spellbomb. Play the Tower. I wonder if I want to just Reckoner's Bargain, the Golem Foundry. Probably not. I want them to do a bunch of things, and then I will just teachings for Scatter. Okay, they have a 2/3. Now remember that I sided out all my life gain. We mill 2 lands, which is really good for me. They cycle a land. Grab an island. Play the island. Tap for 1. Preordain. I'm certainly going to teachings end step regardless. Probably just teachings for Scatter. Okay, so I will bargain in response. Alright, that worked. Teachings. Grab the Scattershot. Okay, pass. We have Altar. That doesn't do very much. I'm just going to get the Altar on the battlefield, play the Mine. Pass. We can dispute the Altar to build a Storm Count if we need to. 2 mana. Plays the Sunscape Familiar. Okay. They're going to get in for 6. Alright. We're gonna teachings. Do. Teachings, looking for more deadly disputes. We could also teaching for teachings. And then teaching for deadly dispute. What do we have in the deck? A lot of baubles. We just have a lot of everything. Just teachings for teachings, I guess. Okay, here's a storm count. Chromatic Star. Let's deadly dispute the star. They're going to counter the deadly dispute. That's a bummer. 3. That's pretty frustrating. Let's see. Okay. We might just die here. I think we kind of fizzled, like didn't do anything. Evokes a Mole Drifter. Okay. We're going to mill some. Mill a Golem Foundry and a tower. I would have liked that Golem Foundry. Are they going to do anything else? No. Plays a bounce land. Picks up the plains. Picks up an island. Interesting. They're going to hit me. Okay. So now I have to try to scatter them out. I'm going to teachings. Deadly dispute. Draw. Play star. Play land. Dispute the star. Okay, that worked. Attempt to play Golem Foundry. That resolves. Play Mirror Retriever. Storm is 4. Always yes. Okay. Sacrifice the Mirror Retriever. Get back 2 Golem Foundries in the yard. I think I want the Wellspring. Let's play the Wellspring. They could potentially have a Flicker here to save their creatures. Right now we're at... Okay, now we have Mirror Retriever. So this is the loop. They have to have a counter for the Retriever now. They don't appear to have a counter for the Retriever. Do we have it? We're going to scatter everything out. Okay, just make 1,000,000 creatures. Okay, Retriever for Retriever. So we're going to Retriever a bunch of times. What are they going to do now? Flicker? Flicker their 2 creatures. Looking for counter spells. I think this is the moment to cast the Scatter Shot. So we're going to Scatter Shot all their creatures. I'm going to go... He asked, does this work the way I think it works? I'm going to shoot these guys. And then also hit the Sunscape Familiar. Woohoo, we got it. Phew. I said GG. We got lucky. I didn't feel like that was an easy win at all. That was very scary. Super tight game. Alright, on to the next. We're here in round 4 versus Almutin. I've never seen this player around, so we're just going to yield and then see what they do. But we've opened up Double Foundry Wellspring. I think I'm going to keep it. It's a slow hand if they're on red, though. And they are, which is not great. Okay, Chromatic Star doesn't indicate necessarily that they're on a beatdown red. Power Plant can go to the bottom. And we pass. It potentially could be Affinity, in which this is a very good hand. And it looks like it's Affinity, but it also could be something else. Makeshift Munitions. Still could be Mogwarts, potentially, the Goblin combo deck. We're just going to slam this Wellspring. These are not deck-specific cards, but I'm leaning towards Affinity. It's weird to just put out this Makeshift Munitions on turn 2. And if we're playing against Affinity, all we do is we just play Foundry, Chain, block, kill your stuff, all good. There's the Wellspring. We find the Tron. Easy peasy. Never didn't have it. Okay, turn 3. Opponent's turn. They're tapping for a black and untapping. And tapping again. Looks like they're going to deadly dispute their Chromatic Star. Leaning towards Affinity. It's Cleansing Wildfire time. Yay! Boo. Boo to you, my friend. Okay, play the mine. So they're on Affinity with Wildfire. Just ridiculous. Why would you play Wildfire in Affinity? Because you can, I guess. Still, Golem Foundry is very good. They're going to Wildfire again. Plays a Krark Clan Shaman. Chromatic Star. And that means they have... their Metallic Rebuke is up. So let's play out a Conjurer's Bauble. See if they will counter that. This is just a bait. They're highly considering countering this Conjurer's Bauble. And that is fine with me, because I'll just play Tower into Foundry. They don't counter it, and I'll play out another one, or I guess I'll cycle the Mire. I'll just play out another Bauble. They're good with everything. Okay. Let's play out. Let's pass. I mean, we could have gotten a Golem there by playing the Refractor. I don't think it does that much for me, though. Waiting on the opponent to decide what to do. Can't believe they're playing Cleansing Wildfire. It's just... people just love that card. They really do. It's beloved. Plays a Mirror Enforcer for 1 mana. Okay. Let's cycle this. Find a Wellspring. Pass. We're looking for a power plant now. 2 cards in hand for the opponent. If I'm putting them on, one of them being Metallic Rebuke, I still can't play out the Golem Foundry. I can try to double cycle the Baubles. Let's put back nothing. I don't really want extra power plants in the deck. Find a Crop Rotation. Bauble the Bauble. Gonna play out a Refractor. 3. That's gonna resolve, it looks like. So they might not have the Rebuke. I wonder if they have double Rebuke. That would be bad. Okay, they don't have the Rebuke, it looks like. So I'm gonna play another cantrip. And then I'm gonna just Bauble the Bauble back. Found the Altar. Alright. We really need to be able to resolve this Crop Rotation. 2 mana. Deadly Disputes the a star. Okay. Okay. They're thinking it through. We have 2 mana available. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 artifacts, so Mirror Enforcer is still free. They're considering maybe their attacks. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, they play a land. Go to attack. Go to combat. Attacks with the Mirror Enforcer. I'm not going to block this turn. They're still holding up their Rebuke. Let's play Wellspring. Try to draw some cards. And then I'm going to play out the Retriever as well, probably. Just looking for a land. Okay, Grotto. Power Plant on top would be good. Wellspring on top? I don't want that. Let's play out the Retriever. Wellspring is generally pretty good, but I'm still just trying to find my power plant. Or get into a situation where I can not get rebuked. Here's the Rebuke on the Mirror Retriever. Okay, so I don't understand what's happening. They're casting it that way. No, no. Pass. Now what we're gonna do is pop out double Golem to try to double block this Mirror Enforcer. Okay, there's a Deadly Dispute. Oh, Reckoner's Bargain. They Reckoner's Bargain their Chromatic Star. They play a Sea of the Synod. Tap 2 mana. Untap the mana. Tap the mana again. Play Wellspring. We have to yield to that, so it doesn't cost us time. Taps 3 mana for a Kenku. So we should be okay to Crop Rotation on our turn now. Are you going to swing out, my friend? Yes. Okay, so we're just going to go Foundry. Make another Golem. Double block. We'll take 3 and go to 12. They have 5 mana, 6 mana, so they can shoot us for 6 at any time. So we're at effective 6. They're going to Galblast a token. Okay. Green. Crop this. Grab Power Plant. Teachings. I can then Teachings for Deadly Dispute and Deadly Dispute, but then I won't have blockers. So an effective 6, but really an effective 3 because of the bridge. Our opponent is quite slow. Okay, Power Plant. So we have 8 mana. If I draw into a Mirror Retriever off the next 2 draws, then I win. So I guess I'm trying to go for that. Ashnod's Altar. Cast Refractor. New Retriever. So we just go Altar. Sweet. That was lucky. Sack this. Play Retriever. That's okay. And just set up our windows and stuff. Everything's way to the side though, which is kind of annoying. Get the Retriever. Always yield here. And then we just start looping. So once I have 3 mana, I'll make enough to put out another Golem Foundry. So we do this. Sacrifice this one. Play Golem Foundry. Sacrifice the Retriever for Retriever. Down here. So now we're just going to loop a bit. Oops, always yes. And then sacrifice. So then after that, what we're going to do is sacrifice 3 of them, get another Golem Foundry into play, and then we can start deadly disputing and stuff and see if we can find our, what's its face? Our makeshift munitions. If we don't, it's all good. So I'll make a golem, make a golem, sacrifice this, make another, play another Golem Foundry from hand. Golem. So sacrifice these 2. Blue. Teachings for teachings. Now I'm going to make some mana. So always yes here. So we have a lot of cards that we can draw now. We are looping away. Teachings for dispute plus dispute is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana total. So we need 4 golems in play to do that. And then at some point I'm just going to go ahead and slam big ol' Weather the Storm. But I want to try to draw a bunch of cards first. Okay. So let's go make some golems. 2, 3, 4. Sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. Blue, black, teachings. Now we're going to go ahead and get the Deadly Dispute. Bam. Dispute the Wellspring. Draw some cards. Draw the makeshift munitions and the weather. Easy game. So the reason I wanted the makeshift munitions specifically is not to kill them with it right now. It's to kill the stupid Clan Shaman. That way I can get in. But now it's easy. Just loop for a while. Actually, it might be useful for me to play out these 2 things right now. Because I can sacrifice a couple of my artifacts and make my board easier to manage. Alright, creature, sacrifice, sacrifice, red, has some munitions, blow up this, sacrificing the Wellspring, and we win. Cool, thanks. Yeah, we just, basically when you're looping, like, looping randomly, doesn't really incentivize your opponent to quit because they don't know what you're doing. You might not have a win condition, etc., etc. But if you actually show them that they don't have a chance, then sometimes they will be cool and just quit. So versus Affinity, we want the Fangren Marauders. And usually I just cut the crops and the munitions. I'm also going to cut the altar here for the scatter shot. So my main plan is just going to value them and then golem them out, and then eventually get the Ashnod's Altar in play, and etc., etc. But we want to scatter shot to be able to loop and clear their board, as well as just have an instant speed way to kill their stupid Clan Shamans. Could also bring in maybe Nile Spellbombs. I'm not sure about the cutting the altar plan. Oh man. So we're on the draw. We have 17 lands. We have a bunch of looks. I'm gonna keep it. I believe that the math says that that this is enough to draw my second land. Because I can go tower, star, next turn, crack the star, play the bauble. That's another 2 cards drawn. So we're gonna see 4 cards looking for our next land. And I don't necessarily need the star for colored sources because I have the energy refractor. They lean on a blue land. Plays a chromatic star. We find the land, so that's easy peasy. I'm going to try to play out the energy refractor this turn. Sweet. We find another Tron land. Everything is going according to plan. And we play the refractor and pass the turn. Now they can hold up. They're just holding up Rebuke here. It's kind of a weird play. I'll play a Chromatic Star and say go. They're doing nothing. So do I Rebuke or do I just continue to do nothing? Let's go Bauble. And let's pass. If they're missing land drops, I think I'm just going to not play into their Rebuke for as long as possible. Now they made a land drop. Deadly Dispute here. They cast their counter. We get to bauble back our Deadly Dispute as we so desire. Just spam the no key here. There's a bug with Magic Online that makes you press no twice. So what happens is if you float your mana while this is on the stack, it won't give you the mana back. So don't ever float mana now. We find we're looking for a mine. Let's get back the Deadly Dispute, but we found a tower. We find Wellspring. Play the Wellspring. We can also dispute it if we want. Just plethora of options, really. Play another Wellspring. Find another Fangin' Marauder. Sweet. Alright, they're cracking red. Looking for playing out maybe a Krark. They're gonna play Munitions. Wildfire my land. Luckily we have another one. Whatever, man. Okay. Let's dispute this Wellspring. We find a map. Mine. Play a map. Play out a Mirror Retriever. Should be fine for me. We get into a problem if they get rid of our other lands because we actually don't have any more. So maybe what we do is... I don't know. Okay, Froggy comes out. Just ignore the whole Wildfire plan from the opponent. Grab the Power Plant. Power Plant. Do. Play Fangin' Marauder. Attack. And then if they block, I'm going to get back the Bauble back the Deadly Dispute, and just keep having draw spells in my deck. We could also get back the Wellspring, but that synergizes with the Deadly Dispute, so I think it's probably fine not to do that. This also could get us back the Expedition map, so that we'd be ready for their second Wildfire. Let's Bauble the Bauble. I like to use the first Bauble for the disputes, and then the next one's for nothing, for other stuff. So now we get to play map into star and pass. I'm just going to hold open the map, likely, so that at some point we'll double up on all of our Tron lands, and then it'll be kind of pointless for them to Wildfire us. And we always yield there. It's important that you always yield to the Fangin' Marauder on your turn, because on their turn, you don't, like, there's something weird with priority where you can't click always yes on their turn, so you end up having to press yes every time, and it's a huge waste of time. Okay. Found a power plant, so now we can map for mine. The map. Probably should have played the other Marauder before I did that. And then after this, I'm going to Teachings for Deadly Dispute and dispute the Wellspring, I think. We'll just attack with the Mirror Retriever too and ping them for one. And they decided that was enough. Alright, that's what I thought. Okay, next round. Round 5 versus Venom. I'm expecting this player to be on red. We're on the play. We can't keep this no matter what. Mulligan. And we can't keep that, I don't think. Let's see. I'm going to go look this person up. Alright, they don't have any postings. I think I'm going to keep this, actually. And put back the Mirror Retriever. And lead on the Grotto, looking for a land. See if I didn't have it again. Did not have it this time. Play star. Pass. Okay, Venom, what do you got? Plays a Great Furnace. Another Grotto. A Refractor. Okay, we'll keep that. Black. We get to draw the Refractor and play it. If we draw into another land, we can start disputing our Chromatic Star. I like that I have Weather the Storm in hand. Ashnod's Altar was not a very good draw. Lightning Bolt. So they are on red. My expectations were correct. But the turn 1 Lightning Bolt is pretty bad. as far as the start goes. They're on black-red burn, so they're on like the looting burn. Okay, play Chromatic Star, play Tower. We're gonna pass. There's no reason really to play out the Golem Foundry. We're just gonna try to use the Deadly Disputes and get Weather Storms. Advance our mana. We've actually made our land drop every turn, right? That was our turn 3. Sweet. I mean, I'm happy to see a burn deck as my opponent, to be honest. Scrapwork Mutt. That's a little scary. Play Alms of the Vein. Okay, so them not having a kitchen imp here is pretty good for me. Find an expedition map. Play the map and pass. If they do a bunch, play a lot of spells, then I have Weather Storm. If they don't, then I can map. They just hit me for 2. I think that's okay. We still have a Weather Storm available. But I would really prefer to be able to go Deadly Dispute into Weather Storm after them chaining spells. So I get a huge weather. I'm trying to sandbag it. They cycle a cave. Nothing. Okay, so let's go get a mine. They might hit us a couple of times here, but it looks like they're F6'd. Play mine. So I can... I'm just going to wait till their turn. They bolt me. Alright, we already played one spell, so let's go black. Deadly Dispute the star. We find a Teachings, which we can use a crop rotation. We find a mine. Green. Cast Weather the Storm. We can actually play Refractor and then bargain the Refractor to gain an additional 2 life and more cards. They have a Galblast as a shock. No, that was a 4 damage Galblast because of the Mutt. We're back to 12. Okay, so they were dealing us a ton of damage. They're gonna play an Angler here. That's scary. 7 damage on the table. Power plant. Okay, so Golem Foundry, play Refractor, black. We're gonna bargain the Refractor, find a Mirror Retriever and a Teachings. 7. So they need 7 damage in hand, and they can kill us. We can probably spew off a Teachings on our turn though. Not sure. So we'll play Altar into Retriever. That gives us a Golem token. We can sacrifice the Golem token and the Retriever for mana. Okay, they put us to 12. They need 5 more damage. They discard a Mountain. And then once again, if we have exactly the Mirror Retriever off the top, we just win. Because we make infinite golems and infinite life. Nothing. Okay. Bunch of lands in hand for the opponent, basically. They're going to put us to 5. I believe we can weather this turn. 2 mana. Another Gurmag. Yikes. So I have 12 damage on the table. We have another tower, which is good because it's additional mana for us to use. We play the Golem Foundry. I know, we play the Ashnod's Altar and get the Golem Foundry trigger. Play Mirror Retriever. And then we're going to sacrifice the Mirror Retriever for a star. Grab Chromatic Star. Play the Chromatic Star. Crack it for blue. Teachings for weather. Cast Wellspring. Find a crop rotation. Green. Crop rotation this. Grab a tower. And now we can, I think, just cast Weather the Storm. Weather. So that's both of the weathers in our deck. Now the only way for us to get a Weather the Storm is via bobbling it back. They have 12 damage on the table. We have 1 blocker, so we can block 1 and take 7. And they have a Kitchen Imp. So I can take 12, or I can sacrifice. I don't think I want to chump block. I think I would rather block here. Even though they get the value from the Scrapwork Mutt. Okay, Golem Foundry's pretty good. For more blockers. Teachings for a Deadly Dispute. We could also Teachings for Salvage. And then get back some stuff. And have a Mirror Retriever as a blocker. We're at 14, they have 1 attacker. Seems like Salvage is the plan. Play this. White. Salvage, get back, star, refractor, retriever, star. We have 3 on the table, so we're gonna go this on the bottom, this on the bottom, mirror retriever, and then star. Go star. Always yes here. And then play out. Crack this for whatever. Doesn't matter. Play out the mirror retriever. Now we have blockers. We can block the mutt with the retriever, or we can double block one of these and block them out with the retriever. Trying to get them off of the table. We're still at 14, so it's not very good. Faithless looting. Let's see if they have multiple burn spells off the looting. I thought this was going to go a lot better for us, but I'm very concerned about not having any weathers in the deck. Maybe it would have been a better idea to Deadly Dispute, but I think that this set us up for the blocks this turn, and then we can get through to the next turns. Discards a land and a bargain. Yikes. What's in their hand? I would have kept the bargain. Block, block, and block. So if they have a bolt for my creature, I can sacrifice all of them, but I won't be able to use the mana. They have a Galblast. Ooh, bummer. Mistakes were made. So they kill both my golems, but we get to kill their angler. And we have another couple things happening. Let's grab the star. Okay, so we have a refractor underneath. We're going to go mine, play star, crack for black. I think we probably want to cantrip before we use the teachings. Yeah, in case we just draw naturally into the Deadly Dispute. Deadly Dispute here. We find a Polluted Mire, Wellspring, and a Dispute. I'm looking for a Bobble, and then I want to Bobble and Weather. Because I can Bobble and then use my creatures for mana. Okay, cast a Refractor. Star here. Crack for black. There's the Bobble. Perfect. GG. Bobble back the weather. Play a map so we can have more mana. Now we're just making some golems over here. Making some golems, making some golems, making some golems. Sacrifice some golems. Sacrifice some golems. Cast teachings. Grab Weather the Storm. Green. Cast Weather the Storm. Pass. Is that enough life, you think? Probably. 45. Now we can start attacking them. Yoi. Got it. They are not giving up. On my turn, I want to just use the expedition map to thin. Okay, untap. We're going to crack the map. Grab a random land. Draw. Play the tower. We're going to bobble again. And this time we bobble back the Frantic Search. Yoink. Play Mirror Retriever. We have a Mirror Retriever in the graveyard, so let's untap there. Cycle. Now we can just make a bunch of golems. Oh, we find another Golem Foundry. How nice. I love it. Go always yes. Go ahead and swing out. Yoink. So they're going to take 9, go to 16. And then they'll have 2 blockers. 3, 4. So 18. We need 6 to get through. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Assuming they have... Well, let's just make a bunch of Mirror Retrievers loops. And then we're going to make a bunch of golems. I don't know how many I want. But each loop gets me a golem, essentially, because we have 3 of these. Well, this is going to be kind of annoying. So, when you have the golem tokens on the battlefield, watch this. Now it's going to go on... the Mirror Retriever goes all over the place. It doesn't ever put it in the same location. Is it going to go to the left now? Or the right? Okay, it keeps going left and right of the ones that were there previously. The way that it stores... The way that it orders on the battlefield is based on, like, the order of when it came into the... Oh, I get it. I get it now. It's, like, based on how... like, first in, The first thing onto the battlefield. Sorry, it's hard to talk and loop at the same time. It's kind of ridiculous. We probably don't need to do more loops than this. That's fine. Okay, pass. The first thing that came onto the battlefield is always on the left, and then the last thing is on the right. Because my mirror retrievers were two different mirror retrievers, then that's why they kept going back and forth. I figured it out. We're at 16 minutes, so not worth looping a ton. Make 2 golems. Make 2 golems. Make 2 more golems. That was probably way more than I needed. Untap. Swing out. Now we also can just bobble for the weather and then weather again. Alright, Mr. Venom. Mr. and Mrs. Venom. Or... yeah, never mind. Those are not words that I should use. Okay, makeshift munition goes over here. We're going to bring in the Fangren Marauders and the Weather the Storms. Cutting an altar. Some Golem Foundries. So it's the same plan as the regular burn plan. Just gain a lot of life and eventually win. I don't think we need the scatter shots. I think it's... we'll bring that in. We want to clear the board a little bit. They don't have a huge board, but they do have those anglers that I want to get out of the way for my Fangren Marauders to attack eventually. I'll just say friendo. Okay, friendo. That's the word now. Okay, we have kind of a wonky hand. We have Deadly Dispute, Chromatic Star. We can dispute the Bauble for mana. I'm going to keep it. They're not the fastest of decks. I want to lead on probably just the Star. Land Star, Land Bauble, draw. Then if nothing happens, I have to crack the Star for black, dispute the Bauble. And our opponent mulligan to 6. Not a good start for our friendo. We lost a lot of time looping that game. I'm going to try to stay on point. They lead off with an Epicure. Land, Star. So if they smash the Smithereens to Star, we just get the value out of it. Play Nile Spellbomb. Sure. Attack. Okay. Gotta turn off my upkeep stop here. So we find our Tron mana. Play the Bauble and pass. Alright, so our opponent untaps. We know they have a mountain in hand. They're going to get in for 1 and put us to 17. They play the mountain. Vampires kiss us. We go to 15. And that's it. Okay. Find another star, which is really good. So we play out the star. Now we could teachings for weather right now. But since we were floating the mana, I'm just going to Deadly Dispute. Find a Refractor, which is great. Go ahead and cast a Refractor. Another Refractor. So next turn we have teachings. Okay, there's a scatter shot. Next turn we have teachings for weather. And on their end step, I think I'm going to go ahead and bauble targeting the Deadly Dispute. So that will incentivize them to use the Spell Bomb, maybe? If not, I get to draw a card. Because if they use a Spell Bomb, then I can keep my teachings value in the yard. They have a Kitchen Imp. It's pretty good. We're just trying to draw into weathers. I would definitely prefer to naturally draw it than to have to teachings for it. They get in for 3 and put us to 12. Alright. Anything else? Play an Epicure. Alright, so I'm going to bauble. Get back the Dispute. They allow it. Play this. I'm trying to think right now because I want to use as many spells as possible. This is 4 damage already. We can scatter shot them. And then we're going to be annoyed by the spell bomb. Or we could try to loop. We could try to like go off right now where we're disputing and refractoring and stuff. Could play the map and dispute the map. And then we still have enough, right? 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Map. Black. Deadly Dispute the map. We find the Fangren Marauder. So we can play the Fangren Marauder here, but then if they have an Edict, it would stink. But it stops their blood tokens from being good. So let's do that. Play the Marauder. And then I will Reckoner's Bargain, sacrificing my Energy Refractor. and then go always yes here, and bargain this, go up to 21 damage, 21 life. Find another Marauder. Nice. I'm going to discard the Mine in case I need the Grotto for later. We have the Altar in hand. We have not drawn any Mirror Retrievers at all still, so now our opponent has to kill our Marauder and kill us, and somehow stop us from killing them. We got to the point where we kind of want to try to kill their creatures. They're going to Fiery Temper the Fanged Marauder, and then also probably bolt it. Okay. Fiery Temper and bolt. Alright. That thing died. And they skipped the match. So, they're like, we got a 10-0. That was sick. So, let's go back to the list. That was awesome. Alright, let's go down to my altar list. Okay, so the reason that I like this list is that here, let's just fix these over here. Yoink. Yoink this over here. Move this back. Just in time. Alright. I was trying to get in this league early in the morning and everybody's almost awake. Okay, so here we have our tons of draw power with the 6 dispute effects plus the teachings for getting these back. We can bobble back the disputes. I like having 4 Golem Foundries. The only thing that's scary about this list specifically is the 17 lands, but I think that when you have 18 lands, you're likely to flood more often. So you just need to be very specific about your mulligans. In the sideboard here, I really like the Spell Bombs and the Scatter Shots. Those provide a lot of value. Definitely like having the Serene Heart. The Ancient Grudge has been pretty helpful against these white-based mid-range decks that are just trying to relic you out. The Fanged Marauders, obviously, Weatherstorm. I think our package against red is quite good. And I like my sideboard plans generally. The Makeshift Munitions has been not the greatest in the main deck, unfortunately, just because we don't have that win condition. But you saw that the Makeshift Munitions can do some good stuff. Maybe on Magic Online, we want to have Scattershot and Stream of Thought in the main deck instead, since we're not really munitioning people out and we just want to clear the board. And Scattershot can just deck somebody out. Stream of Thought can. But Stream of Thought specifically, if you look at it, it says target player mills 4 cards, and then has Replicate for 2 and 2 blue, which we can change our infinite mana from colorless to blue with a Refractor. But I tried to do that, and my math just went so bad. I believe it's 6 colorless mana to replicate. So you would need, let's say they were at 30. If they were at 30, right? How much would that be? 32. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 times Stream of Thought, right? And then you need 1 blue plus another 7 times 6. So now my math is all crazy and I'm just dying. I can't do it. All right, that's fine. But other than that, in the sideboard, the Krark Clan Shamans are kind of mediocre, but they're only there for something like Elves or Walls. I would not bring it in against red, and I wouldn't bring it in against other Swarm decks. I think Scattershot's probably fine. You just need the Krark Clan Shaman for decks that are going wide and under you. Something even like Slivers, if we ever see that. So I think I'm very happy with this list. I'm not really sure I'm going to change the main deck very much, and maybe toy with some of the sideboard slots, but I like it a lot. And this is the one I'm going to make a sideboard guide for. So if you stuck around to the end, thank you for watching. Have a great day. See ya.